So now what we're doing, what's up here? Shh. Without talking, I want you to write these problems down and follow the directions. Shh, zip. Without talking. I want you to write it down, and I want you to solve them in your head. I just want you to have the problem written down, and I want you to solve this in your head.
In our head?
Shh. Why is it 5? Don't say -3. Quinn?
Because you have to -3.
No. No.
-3 is negative.
Why is 5 the answer? Ezekiel? Thank you, right? Because if I put in a 5 right here, 5 makes this equation true. 5 plus 3 equals 8. That is why 5 is the answer, because it works. It's the answer because it works. Okay? There's not, right? You can't put anything else right here. Nothing else plus 3 equals 8. Okay? So, hold on, right? If you said because you subtract 3, sure, that's how maybe you got 5, but that's not why 5 is the correct answer. Okay, 5 is the correct answer because it is the number that makes that equation true. And as Justin's pointing out, it is the only number that makes that equation true. Nothing else, x can be nothing else. Nothing else plus 3 gives you 8. Right? -5 doesn't work because that would give you -5 plus 3 is -2. Has to be 5. 5 is the only thing it could be. All right. What do we do? How do we do on B? What's the answer?
-7.
Why is -7 the answer?
Because 2 times.
Hold on. Go, Paul. Go ahead.
Okay, so if x was 7 and there's 2 of them, it would be 14 plus 5.
It says -19. Okay. Someone help him out. Chris? Shh, hold on. Awesome. So we said it was -7, right? Go, Paul. That's where you mix yourself up. So if you did -7 twice, or 2 times -7, you would have -14. And then if you subtract 5, that gives you -19.
So out of all the numbers, how did you get 7?
How do we get 7? Because it's the only one that works.
Because I solved it in my head. This is right there, solving your head.
So lame.
Right.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
So we are going to be working on solving stuff. But before we can work on solving stuff, we're going to look at something else. Okay. So I'm not sure how we're going to do this here. We'll try. We'll be patient. Okay. By the way, I wrote this with my right hand. So this is my left hand. In your notes, we're moving on to A1. Hemo, come on, I know. Like, right, yeah, guess what? Guess what? Ha ha ha. I write terribly with my left hand. If you're going to be a jerk about it. Hey, I don't really care. Okay. A1. Whew. says solve equations. Says equations. Don't be a jerk. Guys, we got 6 weeks of this, so hopefully you can get the giggles out in day 1.
Hey, for those 6 weeks, you can actually master your left hand.
Yeah.
Solve equations.
You're gonna be ambidextrous by then.
Yeah, we're gonna watch you become like.
Yeah, and then you're gonna show us
Oh, God.
you're gonna have both hands.
How come I just have it written down? You guys don't even have it written down yet. Killing me. My gosh. If I write fastly with my left hand, killing me. Solve equations. Great. We wrote it down, right? Left-handed. Huh?
You feel better about right with my other.
Okay. Right. Great.
Yeah, all right with my
Because I can't read my mind yet. So I'm writing. Can't type either. Okay. Why don't you guys just shut it and write it down? How about that? How about we do that one? Okay. So, as an example, the first thing I want to talk about is simplifying. I'm only going to write simplify once.
Just tell us and we'll write it.
Simplify, I'm telling you, simplify. Okay. So I want you to simplify the following expression.
Well, I have a question. Are we done
Shh.
with
Dude, don't just start running your mouth. Hush. I want you to simplify the following, right? I'll say it, then I'll write it. Okay? 2x plus 1 minus 3 plus 5x. Okay, again. Oops. That's 2x minus 1 plus 3. Did I say minus or plus? Plus 5x.
plus one.
You said minus 3 plus 5x.
Yeah, you're mixing it up.
There you go.
You said plus 1 minus 3.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is now.
2x minus 1 plus 3 plus 5x. Simplify.
Easy.
She's saying wait, what's that, Dominic? You said simplify, right? No add and that.
Oh, we solved it?
Oh, no, do not solve it. Simplify it. There's no equal sign. You can't solve anything. Right? And some of you guys are talking about, what am I saying when I say simplify? What are we trying to do?
Get in order.
Shorten it? What? What are we trying to do? Quinn?
Combine like terms, CLT.
Combining the different terms to make the equation smaller.
Okay. So what are the different terms here?
It'd be 2x plus 5x and negative 1 plus 3.
Right, so there's the x's, Rodney.
Go together.
There's the x's, and then there's the other numbers. Right? So combine the x's, combine the numbers. Combine the x's, combine the numbers. Okay. So if right? How many x's are there in total? 2 plus 5 is 7. So you should have 7x. And then the numbers, right? Negative 1 plus 3
Plus 2.
is how many?
2.
Positive 2. Okay, great. All right. That's great. That's simplifying, right? You guys have all simplified before. The x's go together, the numbers go together. Okay, great. Next thing that I want you to do. Okay, I want you to look at our iPhone 5S covers. Great. Okay. So our iPhone 5S covers, we have two different equations. You guys maybe can't see that top one. The top equation, is that 5.1? Yeah. Says 7.51 13 what? 92? Right. Here we go. We have that equation. Yes? That's our profit equation for the iPhone covers that we're selling. Okay. What does that mean again? Can someone tell me what that means in terms of money in our business? What does that mean? What does all that mean? Go ahead, Hemo.
We got 7 minus 51 x. And we got minus 13 minus 2. I think we're in debt.
Hold on. Shh.
We're in debt by 1,209.2 cents. In debt.
And what?
And 7 minus 51 x.
That's not a minus sign.
Is that negative? Point. Wait, oh, it's a point. Oh, 7.51?
Yeah, what is that?
That's how much we're in debt. Or 7 minus 51 cents.
What about it?
That's how much the case cost.
Charlie, add to that. Okay. So you make, each time you sell an iPhone cover, you make $7.51.
That's a point? I'm sorry, I have no doubt.
Hey, yes, it's a point. It's okay. I'll wait for you to mature. It'll be fine. Okay? $7.51 per iPhone cover, and we're in debt $1,392. Now, here's what I want you guys to do. I want everyone to tell me what would be our profit if we sold 150 iPhone covers. What would be our profit if we sold 150 iPhone covers? 150. Shh. If you want a calculator, go ahead. I want to know our profit. Let's try that again. Which one is profit? X or Y? If you say X, I will chop your hand off. Okay? Look at your graph. Which one is X? Up and down or left and right? Which one is X? Left and right or up and down? Okay, left and right. This is X. This is Y. Okay. Right, and look at this. What does the 751 represent again?
How much we make?
How much we make what?
Per item.
Ooh, I see why you guys are arguing this. Okay. This is how much you make per what? Per iPhone cover. Look right here. Look. 751X. The reason the X is there is because X
Represents the number of items.
it's okay.
She got tired of it.
Is the number of covers. Shh. X is the number of iPhone covers. Y is our total profit. And as we've talked about, it's not technically our profit until we break even, right? Before we break even, it's still a net loss. Okay? So, if we're trying to figure out our total profit off of 150 covers, what should I do with that 150? Times it by what? Times it by $7.51 per cover, so times 150. And then what? So check it out. If I were to really just plug it in, really what we're trying to do is plug in 150 for x. Plug in 150. So if we do that, check it out. Write this down on your notes. If we plug in 150 for x, right, plug in 150 for x, then our new equation should look like that. Here's what our equation should look like. Now, most of you guys did not write down an equation that looked like that. Okay, most of you guys did not write down an equation that looked like that. Why? Because you've been doing it in your heads, and you understand what we're talking about with money. But we're moving to a place where we're trying to communicate that mathematically. Okay, so if I plug this in, how many of you guys have heard of order of operations? Let's go with all of you. How do you say it? PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Right? You have to multiply first, right? Oh, parentheses first. What do I do in parentheses? Multiply. So like all of you guys said already, you said I multiply 750 times 150. So 751 times 150. And really, from there, I'm subtracting 1,392. So if you do that, that should be the answer you got. That should be your answer for your profit, or loss in this case, if we sell 150. Huh? Because did you do like this? 1392, what is that? Did you go like this? 751 times 150? You got that much?
Oh, she probably didn't add that negative.
Okay, so here's the deal.
She did it like this.
Right. Okay. Again, 750 times 150. Look. Here's why we're doing this, okay? Like Alasia, many of you guys, when you guys have been trying to find the break-even points, and when you've been trying to find out the slope and all kinds of different things, or our total profit equation, there's been so many of you guys who keep saying to me, like, oh yeah, I keep dividing them the wrong way. Right? We divide them the wrong way, or we subtract them the wrong way, or we're getting a negative when we should be getting a positive, or other way around. Right? All those little mistakes end up happening because we don't have a way of communicating our math. Okay? Solving equations, this stuff that we're working on, writing it out like this, right? Writing it out like this is showing how you communicate your math. Okay? You guys all know a lot of this stuff. You guys mostly all struggle communicating that stuff. Okay? So one of the things, the whole point of solving equations, like our warm-up, right? Like x plus 3 equals 8, is not that you have to do it one way, but it's how you communicate your thinking. Okay? So we're working on not necessarily thinking. You guys most of you could get this, but we're working on how you communicate this. So I do want you to make sure you have this written down in your notebooks to evaluate. Make sure you have this written down in your notebooks until the end. Y equals what our profit would be, negative $265. If you did it a different way, fantastic. I'm so happy for you. We're working on doing it this way. Make sure you have that written down. If I come see and you don't have it written down, we're going to have issues. Make sure you have it written down. Exactly as I have it written down, you should have it written down. Where's the y? The y disappeared. With the y, with the x. Have it written down? You have it written down? No. Keep it right in order.
No, look, I did right.
Oh man, you're never gonna be able to find it.
You're a lover, that's not.
All right. On your paper, on a new page, write quiz, trade. Would solve the problem. Meanwhile, while he solved that problem, he would give me his problem and say, okay, here's my problem. Here we're just simplifying, right? We're just simplifying. Shh. Here we're just simplifying. So I give him my problem, he gives me his problem. Don't show each other the answers. Once he is done, he says, hey, was that, did you check? And you say, did I get the right answer? Great. And then we trade papers. Okay, here's how it looks. Ready? Stand up. Just stand up. Okay, Luis and I, ready? Look. I say, hey, great, what's your problem? And he says, blah, 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 and I write it down. And I say, okay, great, mine's blah, blah, blah. He says, okay, great. And I go and I solve his problem, and he solves my problem. And then we look and say, did you get the right answer? And we talk about it, and we're like, oh, here's what you messed up on. And then look, we trade. See how we traded? Okay? Shh. So I give him my question, he gives me his question, and then we trade questions. Got it? Yeah, so I'm not solving my paper. My paper is to give to someone else. I quiz them, and then we trade papers. You should not keep the same piece of paper the whole time. For some reason, this is a hard concept for many of us.
And then what?
You find another person.
But what if you already know the answer?
You find another person with a different paper.
Yeah, you don't give them the answer. Like when I meet someone, I say, okay, negative 14 plus 2n plus 4, and they write it down,
But you traded.
and they simplify it.
Yeah, but she already knew.
And then once they have the answer, I show them the answer. I don't show them the answer originally.
You don't show them until they solve it?
You don't show them the answer until they solve it. You need to trade with at least 12 people. Notice, it says 1. Here's what I want you to do. Each time, I want you to write the name of the person you're trading with, the problem, and I want you to do the work. Then when you go and you meet someone else, you guess what you put? You put a little 2, you put their name, you put the problem, and then you keep going. I need to see at least 12.
Oh, so you don't have to.
How much time was that, like 30 minutes?
No.
2 minutes.
We worked on orders of operation. Now, here's what I want you guys to do. Okay? We just did quiz, trade, right? Yes. I want you to make up your own problem. Okay? So you're making up your own. It can be a simplifying problem, right? So, right, like this one, right? It can be, just make it up. It can be a bunch of things you want simplified, or it can be an evaluating problem.
Can I do it like a different?
Okay? So again, look. I don't want, okay. Listen. Hey, stop. Here again, this is evaluating, where you plug numbers in. This is simplifying. Okay? We are going to be getting points based on how many people we can stump with our problem.
Let's go.
Okay? You're going to be sharing this with people. So, right, we just did quiz, trade with problems that I had made up. Now we're going to do quiz, quiz, trade with problems that you make up. But here's the deal. Here is the trick, right? You're trying to stump people. If you stump 3 people in a row with your, actually it's not trade anymore, it's just quiz, quiz. Okay? If you stump 3 people in a row, you have to try and come and stump me. I won't use a calculator, I'll only do it in my head. And if you stump me, I'll give you something good.
If you stump her, I have a treat for you.
There we go. Okay?
Oh, dude, man.
Are you guys, before you go, let's be clear though. Okay? Some of you, you might try and write a really intense one, but you have to know the answer. Okay? So like, let's just,
I like that one though.
hold on. Write it down on your paper. You need your problem. Everyone has a problem written down. Everyone has a problem written down.
I got a problem right now.
Make up a problem. Again, make it up. It could either be simplifying, which is this one, or evaluating, which is this bottom one. It could look like this, evaluating. It could look like this, simplifying. You all have to have a problem written down on your paper. You all have to have a problem written down. If you don't even have a paper, it makes me concerned about the ability to have a problem written down on it. You got it written down? Yeah. Why are you saying yeah? Write it down. Write something down. Answer, we have real big issues.
Do they only get one chance to do it, or do you have to like? Do they have to say I don't know?
It has to be other 2 questions. Shh, Dominic. Andrew's question. They have to be able to write it down and work on it, right? And if they come to you with an answer, either they come to you with an answer and it's wrong and then they're stumped, or, right, if you're like, they're like, I don't know, then that counts as stumped.
So like, do they only get one chance?
You only get one chance.
Okay.
You only get one chance. The length, again, I said, you could have some like lengthy problem, but again, you have to also know the answer. So there might be a limiting factor for some of us on our.
Can we use decimals?
Sure, you can use
What
decimals.
if it has to be, can you make it so it has to be the entire decimal thing too? Or would that be?
You may not use any irrational decimals.
Irrational.
Irrational numbers are numbers that never end, so you can't use something like pi, 3.14159. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 more minute to make sure you have a problem and an answer in a box. Problem, answer in a box.